So we had signed the contract with Netflix and everything was going greatly. All I had to do was wait for them to tell me when the movie would be on the platform and when it would be okay to start to promote the film. And I waited patiently because this was a big moment. This was supposed to be a life-changing experience for me, and I did not want to do anything to mess with it. So I kept quiet. I did not tell anybody about it, and I waited patiently to get confirmation. I got confirmation that it was okay to start to promote the film, that it will be up on a certain date, but still I did not announce it because I wanted to see it with my own eyes. So I waited until the film was uploaded on Netflix, and that part where it says coming soon or coming on a certain date, I waited till I saw it there before I announced and began to promote this film. As you can imagine, I was incredibly excited. This was going to be a life-changing experience for me, for my life, for my career. It was going to change everything. I was imagining the opportunities that would come my way, the career opportunities I would get, the growth. I just had all these things going on in my mind, and I could not thank God enough. I was just so excited about it. I'd contacted blogs and influencers to assist with the promotions of the film because obviously I want people to see it. Hiring billboards and making payment for billboards to promote the film for when it comes out on that day. I was excited, and more so because this was the beginning of the year. So I was so sure that my year was going to be great. This was my year. Let me backtrack a bit. Weeks leading up to the release, or the date that was supposed to be the release of the film on Netflix, I was working on my second feature film. This film that was supposed to go on Netflix was my first feature film as a producer director. It was my first feature film. That was another reason I was super excited about it. And that was even another motivation to go ahead and do it again. So I'd worked on my second feature film we had been shooting up until the night before the film was supposed to go on Netflix. So say the movie was coming on Netflix on Friday, we wrapped very late on Thursday. So I was tired, I was exhausted. I was like, you know what? I'm just going to go home. I'm going to sleep. And then when I wake up in the morning, my film would be on Netflix. It wasn't. I woke up to a series of calls, a lot of calls and lots of messages of people saying, oh, they couldn't find the film on Netflix. I was like, what are you talking about? It's there. It should be there. They said today. We all saw it. You saw it. And we were like, no, it's not there. But because I was so exhausted from filming prior to that day, I was like, you know what? Maybe they will release it later. Maybe they're waiting till like noon or something. So I turned my phone off and went back to sleep because I was like, it's going to come up. When I woke up, the movie still wasn't up on that site. And that was when it started to dawn on me that something was going on. I called my distributors. They didn't have answers for me either. I went through that day with my heart in my mouth and me just trying not to break down and trying not to shatter. I don't think it had ever happened before that Netflix would announce that a film was coming out on a certain day, and on that day you would get there and you would not see the film. I think that was one of the reasons why it was so shocking to me that something like that happened. I went through the day and the days after just trying to avoid people consistently asking me, what is going on? Where is the film? And me asking my distributors and me not getting answers. It wasn't until 2 weeks after before I got an answer, which was basically, oh, they decided not to go with it again last minute and they just pulled it. And that was it. I remember saying to God that something like this had never happened before, not as far as I knew. So the first time it will happen, it just had to happen to me. I had to be the one to go through this pain, this embarrassment, this humiliation. Because keep in mind, I was everywhere promoting this film. I was so sure it was coming on Netflix. This was supposed to be my moment, but it got taken away from me at the very last second. Because when I went to bed the night before, the film was still on the website. It was still there saying it will start showing the next day. But that didn't happen. I was heartbroken. I was shattered. I remember calling my friend and talking to my friend and just crying and saying, why would God do this to me? I've been pursuing this for so long. I was so excited this was going to come. I'd been thanking him. God has given up on me. And I had all these things to say. And it just felt so painful, so heartbreaking. But of course, I set my eyes on God and I was just like, you know what? It is all good. Greater things will come. But just as I was getting through that, my husband and I experienced a personal loss. And I had to deal with health issues as well. Listen, it was back to back. Even some of the medical bills from that period, I'm not exaggerating, we're still paying for them right now. We're still making those payments right this moment. It was truly an exhausting period. And remember how I had said that I had just finished working on my second film. I also had to keep working on that film for post-production through the pain and the health challenges and the personal losses that we experienced. I had to keep finding a way to show up and work on that project because money down the drain if I did not show up, if I did not work on it. And I had to show up on my old social media platforms to post and act as if I was okay and as if I had moved past it when I hadn't. For the film, I did decide to release it on YouTube, so I'll put the link to the film down in the description box. You can go watch it after you're done watching this one. You have to finish watching this one. You can go watch it if you're interested in watching it. And it's my first feature film as a producer director, so be kind when you watch it. So back to me working on my second feature film and just pushing through the pain, not taking the time to heal properly during that season. It really was just a situation of me having to show up despite my pain. And even with the second film, the outcome wasn't as grand as I had hoped. I had in my head thought, oh, this is how God is going to compensate me. It didn't happen as greatly as I had imagined and prayed for. So I had an abundance of hurt and pain in my heart that I needed to deal with, that I needed to address. So when I was done working on that second film, I shut everything down, shut down all my social media platforms, logged out of everything. I just withdrew into the comfort of this room. I was for 3 months, waking up and just taking care of my family. I wasn't really answering calls or messages. I was taking 3-4 days to respond to messages. I really just wanted to be alone. Not only was it important for me to heal in that period, it was important for me to find a way forward. I found out I was at a point in my life where I was so anxious. There was so much anxiety around me as to what am I going to do now? This did not work how I thought it would work. I'd spent all this money. I was drained financially, emotionally, physically, mentally, spiritually. I was just exhausted. I just wanted to be left alone. So what am I doing with my life? What is my life going to come to? Is this it? I was at that point where I just had so many questions that I needed answers to. And the only place I knew I could get those answers was in God. So I cried out to God to heal my heart and to restore my soul, to restore my spirit. Because even though I was smiling on the outside and I was excited and I was showing up and I was doing all these things inside, I was broken and I desperately needed healing because I was drowning inside. I was in so much pain that I could not express because I didn't think anyone could understand. So I took it to God and I said, God, save my soul. This pain is drowning me. I'm losing my mind. I'm losing myself. So I cried out to God and God restored my heart. He restored my faith in him. He restored my soul. He restored my spirit. I learned that God is faithful. Even in that moment when Netflix pulled out, God was still faithful. Even as I experienced those health issues and experienced the personal losses, God was still faithful. I learned that if God did not cause it, if God did not stop it, God will use it. It was very profound for me. So I held on to him and I told him to heal my heart, and he did. And I said, give me clarity. What do I do now? Where do I go from here? What is the way forward with my life? So here I am with that way forward. A complete and total rebrand. I had to let go of my previous social media platforms that totaled over 200,000 followers. Yes, over 200,000 followers on my previous social media platforms to start from zero. And I'm emphasizing starting from zero because it wasn't that I went to the previous platform to go announce that I was moving somewhere else and ask them to follow me. No, I did not do that. I opened brand new social media platforms and I did not tell anybody about it. And I'm so incredibly excited about it. Why? Because I get to share this journey with you. I get to share the story with you to inspire you. I don't know what pain you might have experienced. I don't know what loss you might have had to deal with, or maybe you're still dealing with it. I don't know what heartbreak has left you so broken that you cannot see the hope for tomorrow. I'm here to tell you that God is faithful and there is hope for tomorrow. You know why? Because you're here watching this video right now. There is hope for tomorrow. You know why? Because you're still breathing. There is hope for tomorrow because you're still alive. Because for you that is alive, there is always hope because it can always change like that. 1 minute it's like 1 minute it's this way. The next minute it is this way. And I'm telling you, where you are right now is the least you will ever be. This new me that I have come to, I'm realizing that I thought my best days were behind me. I thought that because I did not get that deal with Netflix, I would never get a deal with Netflix. That's not true. That is a lie. I'm still trusting God that sometime soon I will have a movie on Netflix and it will be a dream come true. And I will come back here to go and tell you about it and you will rejoice with me. So my best days are not behind me. Likewise, your best days are not behind you. The failures of the past don't define you. Yes, that did not work out. Oh, well. It did not work out. I move. You know why? Because the best of you is still ahead of you. The best of who you can become. There is a version of you that's incredible, that's amazing, that you haven't met yet, that you don't know yet, that you haven't even imagined yet. But how about you join me on this journey and start to imagine that version of yourself and become that version of yourself. That's much more than you can think or imagine. So don't give up hope. No matter the loss, the pain, the heartbreak, no matter what it is, keep on holding to God. Don't give up hope. It will restore you financially, physically, emotionally, maritally, anyly. He will restore you. And you know what? This is the best part. When God restores, He restores in abundance. It doesn't just restore what you lost. Okay? If you lost one, it doesn't give you one back. It gives you multiples. And that is what I want you to hold on to today. That is why I have shared this story with you today. It is because I want you to know that, yes, I'm still here dreaming of that day when my Netflix deal will come and it will be massive and it will be incredible and the world will see the stream and the world will love it. I know it will still happen. Even platforms that are greater than Netflix, I know it will still happen. So don't give up on yourself. Don't give up on the possibilities of who you can become. If there is still a tiny little spark of hope in you, let me ignite it today by saying to you that yesterday is gone. But you know what? The future is much better than yesterday. Tomorrow is much better than yesterday. And no matter who said no to you, greater is coming. So be encouraged. And I invite you to join me on this channel, to subscribe as well on this personal growth, life reset, self-improvement channel, where I will be sharing with you things that I'm doing, things I'm learning to turn my life around and become her and become this amazing, incredible woman that God has created me to be, to experience this incredible life that God has prepared for me. I invite you to join me on the channel by subscribing. I'm sure my journey is going to inspire you. I'm sure it's going to entertain you. I'm sure you're going to learn 1 or 2 things from my videos, or 3 or 10 things from the videos I make. If you have so far, please drop a comment in the comment section and thumbs up the video as well. Let me know in the comments that you you found some sort of value, no matter how little, in this video. And hi, I don't think I said it yet. My name is Joyful. You can watch either of these videos. They will be of immense value to you. I will see you in the next one. Bye.